name is Sunshine Tarot. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, still welcome. How are you? I hope your guys' day is going well. Today's reading is going to be on Doechii. Now, this is spontaneous because I was like, oh shit, it's coming up on the 30th. I need to do a reading on her. I need to stay true to my schedule. But in regards to the Grizzlane and Epstein, y'all gonna have to wait on that. I'm sorry. Y'all gonna have to wait on that. I've been super busy, thank God, by the grace of God. I don't even have Doechii's chart placements. Do y'all want the chart placements? Do y'all? I mean, I could look it up real quick. We're gonna get the current energy surrounding Doechii currently. I'm so sorry for the glare. What's the current energy surrounding the rapper, singer, actress, excuse me, Doechii. Doechii, you're right. Do you think about me too? This has something to do with her label. This could be talking about a relationship, but so much so, it could be talking about all sectors of her life. With this, do you think about me too? I think that people are taking and taking and taking and expecting a lot from her, and kind of leaving her for dead, like leaving her like they demand so much of her, and kind of just don't allow her to rest, for the lack of better words. Also, this interesting. So at the beginning of the deck we have you are wrong, I mean you are right, and then at the end we have you were wrong. Interesting. I just wish things were different. Strength and ego. I know that Doechii is a Leo, and that makes so much sense by how she dresses, and how she's very elaborate. And I was aware of Doechii before she got signed and before she became famous, so to speak. She already had a following on YouTube, and I followed her artist way journey, and she even inspired me to even get the artist way and try out the exercises. I think the artist way, I didn't follow it completely. I mean, that whole thing where I couldn't watch TV. I couldn't watch TV, bitch. I couldn't scroll on social media. I couldn't use my phone for a week. I wasn't with that. But I understand why. Because in order to create something, you have to kind of reset your mind and it's kind of like a media detox. And when you detox from the media, you're kind of left to sit with your own artiste, and instead of being inspired by other people. And so I understand why Julia wanted us to do a media detox, basically. I don't think that's what she called it, but I mean, it was something that, it was much needed, but I wasn't ready to do that. And I didn't finish all 13 weeks of the artist way, but she inspired me, very much so inspired me to do so. And so Leo women are very influential in their own right. And of course, that doesn't mean that all Leo women are artistic. Although they could be, they're very adjacent, in my opinion, they're very adjacent to the Libra and Taurus way when it comes to aesthetics and beauty and art. Excuse me. Both Libra and Taurus people are influential in a way that in a way that Leo could be influential. So that explains it, right? My computer is on now. Let's see what her other signs are. Okay, her moon is in Taurus, and according to her chart, her ascendant is in her ascendant is in Libra. What did I say? So Doechii, Taurus moon women are very of the world, in my opinion. Very of the world, and that could honestly explain Doechii being she identifies as a lesbian. That could explain why Doechii is a liker of women. I don't know. She kind of changed her sexuality. There's a difference between being lesbian and there's a difference between being bisexual. So I don't know if she likes men or if she just likes women now. I don't know. But either way, her moon in Taurus explains why she is lesbian or bisexual. When it comes to her ascendant in Libra, she is very likable. Contrary to popular belief, a lot of people don't like her, and I'm gonna ask why. We're gonna get into that. Stereotypically, Libra women are very likable. Libra ascendant women, excuse me, are very likable. They It's easy for them to reach a high hierarchy, you know, and they're confident too, very confident. They have no problem with, you know, kind of acting out in a sense. Like it's like they have no problem with voicing what they don't like. And they could be a little bit dramatic with it too, especially her with her son in Leo. She could be a drama queen. People might view her as a drama queen, but it's because she says things and she says what she won't tolerate. And I feel like you mix those traits on top of a black woman, on top of being a black woman, you could be seen as unprofessional, but even unapproachable, or even hostile, or angry, or you know, ungrateful. Even, you know, it's unfortunate how this world that we live in, girl. I'm so sorry. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, bitch. This skin is it's a blessing, but it comes with a lot. And I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I exist, right? I exist. And even though there's people out there that are telling me that I shouldn't appreciate my skin, I shouldn't. Cloudy, what is wrong with you? Do you not like me talking or something? You want me to shut up? Like, what is going on? As someone that, but that leads me to my disclaimer about astrology. Astrology is for entertainment purposes only. It doesn't dictate anybody's personality or anything of the sort. It's not meant to replace any legal advice. It's not meant to do any of that. It's strictly for entertainment purposes only and should be taken with a grain of salt. Okay? Okay. What was Doechii's childhood like growing up? What is Doechii, the rapper's childhood, like? We have Enid Sinclair. We have Optimistic. It came out in the reverse, but I'm gonna just put it sideways. And then we have Principal Reams Authority. Her mother was strict. Her parents were strict, very strict. And I think Doechii would sometimes fall into depression, but because the Optimistic card is sideways, it's like she would kind of rise above it. And that explains, you know, Leo women, they're too prideful to succumb to any level of distress or distraughtness. And I think that, and Leo women, I'm not saying that they're not capable of decompressing and really just, you know, taking the time out to sit with their feelings. They can do that. But when it comes to a Leo woman, some of them act like they're not hurt. Vulnerability is a challenge for some Leo women. They are vulnerable. They have like a little bit of a high temperamental streak to their vulnerability. You know, for example, it's more so like, yeah, this nigga hurt me, right? This nigga hurt me, but I'm still getting money. Like, you know, it's like that. Basically, what I'm trying to say. And also, she might have learned early on that it's not really safe to be vulnerable either, in her childhood. But yeah, her mother was strict. Her mother was strict. I could say both parents, but I mostly see her mother. And then we have the heart in reverse, and we have Pugsley Adams. She might be the oldest. Yeah, she might be the oldest, and she may also identify as being the black sheep of the family as well. Someone that was misunderstood, someone that was different, someone that had to very much so. She didn't like authority, y'all. She also, because of this, she also probably had an urgency to leave the house very early as well, wanting to venture off and do her own thing. She wanted to live by herself so bad, y'all. She wanted to live by herself. She wanted to leave her family. Like, she really was trying to get out of the house because she felt so restricted and misunderstood, and, you know, very strict mother. But you ain't got no criminal record though. You ain't got no criminal record though. In the words of, in your own words, Doechii, you didn't become a statistic. You are a black girl who beat the statistics. Now, I don't know if her mother beat her ass per se. I don't necessarily see that, but I do see her being strict. And You can kind of have the best of both worlds in a sense now, Doechii. I mean, you have your own place, I'm sure, and you ain't got no criminal record. You ain't got no criminal record. You wasn't out here running buck wild. You know, I mean, you ain't out here being a delinquent. Like, surrounding Doechii's career. What's the current energy surrounding Doechii's? Oh, sorry, surrounding Doechii's love life. I think she is open to dating. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Three of Cups. We have the Two of Wands. She is open to dating. She is open to dating. I do think that she's single right now. I do. And also, she's not open to one-night stands. I mean, she's open to one-night stands either. I mean, she's open to one-night stands as well, or flings. I do think that she's looking to date. And she might be a little polyamorous too, y'all. I think she's very... What did I say? Moon and Taurus. This woman is of the world, honey. She might be a little poly. She might be into threesomes. She might be into being a side chick. She might be into old. My God. And you know, that's the psychology behind a child that was very sheltered and or had strict parents. Once they get older, child, oh, there's no middle ground. There's no middle ground. You accelerate from the lowest tier all the way to the highest tier, bitch. Envision a sheltered or kids with a strict parent's life as a staircase, right? I'm envisioning it. There's 3 stairs. There's lower tier, there's middle tier, and there's higher tier. Bitch, imagine you walking up this 3-staircase, bitch, as a sheltered or a child that had strict parents. You step on the first step, and then y'all ever skip a step? Y'all ever skip a step when going up the steps to go to the one after the next one? It's like that. And I'm telling you firsthand because I am a child that had a strict my mother wasn't strict. She was sheltered. And let me tell you, as soon as I turned 18, buck wild. Still to this day, buck wild. I'm working on myself though. I'm working on myself. But that's standard for a child that grew up with a sheltered mother. How does her label feel about her? We have the Two of Wands. We have the Three of Swords. We have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Pentacles. How the label feels about her, and we have the King of Wands. They feel she's talented, but talent is no longer lucrative. They feel as though they have to start... She's an investment, and they have to keep investing in her, but they also have to keep investing into a machine that kind of backs her up. I don't know if this is talking about streams or bots. I don't know. I know that they did, expose that her song Anxiety. 300,000 of those streams were bots. And out of 22 million, mind you. That's not even a fraction. Whatever. But there's stress and anxiety when it comes to her. No pun intended. There's stress and anxiety when it comes to Doechii. And it's not because it's the industry itself. It's the way media is going and streams. Hollywood is dying, y'all. Hollywood is dying, and her label is kind of don't really know what to do with their artists anymore. It's getting to a point where it's like they view her as a talented girl, but able to keep sustaining her is the problem. Because the problem when it comes to the industry is so much bigger than Doechii. It's so much bigger than any other artist. The way that media in Hollywood is going, they're a little concerned. How does Doechii feel about her label? She has the Two of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. She feels like they juggle her, or they don't value her as much as they could. Like, she feels like they juggle her and they don't put her as a priority. That's what she feels like. And we have the Four of Pentacles. What did I just say? Mind you, these cards, they're turned over. So I'm about to turn over this one, just like I turned over that one. And this one says the Five of Cups. She's sad and regretful when it comes to her label. You see this crab or this lobster, and they're about to paint something. Oh, sorry. This is this is Page of Cups, not Five of Cups. My bad. See, I was reading the mirror effect. My bad. They are giving her creative freedom, and honestly, I feel like because Doechii, her dream is coming true, she's making the most of it. I don't really necessarily see too many complaints about how they run things, and I think because it's a small group, she gets the most out of her label versus other artists that are a part of bigger record labels. What did I just say? I just turned this card over. She's happy. I mean, she's happy. The only main issue that I see here is that she doesn't feel prioritized. Why don't people like Doechii? Let me get the Wednesday Oracle for that. Why don't people like Doechii as an artist? Why don't people like her? Like, why she get all this hate on social media? We have the original Outcast in reverse. They think she's an industry plant. They think she's a plant. People don't view her as talented. And I'm saying it. I'm about to say it because it's coming out, or because, well, I hear it. I hear it. Spirit is saying she's also not conventionally attractive. And so it's easy for them to not like her because they suspect that she's an industry plant. And they don't see her talent. Y'all, okay, I think it was either the Rap Game or it was Rhythm and Flow. No. It was Rick Ross' show where he was where he was scouting talent, rap talent. And he had these two singers. One singer was more talented than the other one. One wasn't so conventionally attractive, while the other one was conventionally attractive, but she sung horribly. While the other one sung great, but she wasn't the look, right? Rick Ross took a look at the conventionally talented one and said, oh, I want her. Even though she doesn't sound good, I want her. Because all he saw was her looks. And that's how most consumers think when it comes to music. I mean, take a look at Ice Spice. Because Doechii is not the look, I think she's beautiful. Because she's not the look, though, they don't care. They don't want to hear what you're talking about, girl. And don't have conviction. Don't have conviction either. Don't have the balls, the gall, the gumption to stand up to anything. That we're doing, such as making AI covers or AI or anything that goes against the grain, anything that's hurting your pockets. How dare you? Bitch, who are you? That's how they feel. That's ridiculous. I wonder if that's ever going to change. Wait, I did do a reading on the Black community. I don't remember what I said, though. Law and Order Shelf, Donovan Gallup. Reiterating, in the show, this was a sheriff that very much so did things by the book, right? His name was Sheriff Donovan Galpin. His son was an outcast, mixed with a normie. He was a normie and his mother was an outcast, right? But this cop, now that I'm channeling, and looking at it from a different perspective, this cop did things by the book, and I think it was a matter of overcompensation. He's very serious, and he was very serious about his job, and I think it's because of his secret, the fact that his son was part outcast, but he very much so did things by the book. People don't like that, and he held everybody to the same regard, including his son. His son didn't want him hanging out with outcasts, but he did anyway. His son had to rebel, and so when it comes to why people don't like Doechii, it's because she is talented, but people don't like linear talent, especially if you're not conventionally attractive. And then we have avoidance in reverse. What was I talking about earlier? How dare she have the balls to speak out against what we're doing to make ourselves happy for the sake of filling her pockets? They don't like that she speaks out either. How dare you? Can I say something? And I don't like using this word often, but this mentality that the consumers have, it's very demonic. Very demonic. And it could get nasty really quick. Really quick. I'm talking about, God forgive me, I'm talking about, never mind, I'm not going to say that. But the social media wars could get nasty really quick. And it's a very thin line between racism and misogynoir and intersectionality. Very thin line. And if she says the wrong thing, oh baby, they're out for blood. If she says the wrong thing, if she critiques them the wrong way, it's so sad. They're out for blood. They think a lot of things about her. They can compare her to all sorts of animals. Like, they will really pounce on this woman and hurt her feelings if she says the wrong thing. And it's very demonic. And I'm so sorry. Doechii. But with Doechii, it's an interesting case. Because or something, or Saturn in Aquarius or something like that. But her existence, her mere existence, and her mere popularity and fame shifts the culture a little bit in a way that's very interesting. And I don't know if there's any deep dives talking about this. Maybe not yet. Also, I predicted that she was going to win a Grammy. I didn't know she was going to win a Grammy at 26, but I specifically, if you scroll back down to content, my old content when I first started the channel, and also I also tweeted it. I said Doechii was going to win a Grammy at 27, and she did. She did. She did. She did. Anyway, maybe her Saturn placement, but it shifts the culture in a way that we start talking about, and we start bringing light to the hypocrisy and the discrimination in pop culture, and really how bad it is when it comes to how they view artists, how they view black, dark-skinned, feminine rappers. Not just artists, rappers. Because rap is a blood sport. You hear me? Anyways, that was a lot. My next question is, will her next album be successful? I'm excited. I'm excited about her next album. Will Doechii's next album be successful? The Page of Swords. Seven of Swords. Y'all, do I think her next album is going to be successful? Yes, for her. I think it's going to do really good the first week or the first month. But something is being done sneakily. Sneakily. It's a word. In the words of Tamiko, it's a word. If you said it, it's a word. Period. Period. Okay, I could get behind that. Anyways, something's gonna be done when it comes to her success, and it could very much so be bots or bitch, I don't know, but something is being done behind the scenes when it comes to the success of her album. But for her, yeah, I think it's gonna do really good first week. What's next for Doechii? Seven of Cups. The Moon. Y'all. The King of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles. I think that, how should I put this? And then we have the Nine of Wands. I think that Doechii is going to like travel. I think she's going to be busy in the next few months. I think she's going to be really busy. Her schedule is going to be packed, right? But I think this Moon card concerns me a little bit. I don't think Doechii is the same girl that was in her bedroom making content. I think that there's potential here for her to go, and I think that she needs to stay grounded, and I think she will. But also, I feel like a lot of people are helping her. Like, a lot of people are around her helping her. But it's like, I feel like in order for her to stay grounded, I think she needs to do a lot of things herself. Or she needs to start doing a lot of things herself again. She has no idea about... She has a good team. And now that I'm looking behind the scenes, I remember when she got backlash for yelling at her team because they saw her outfit. And I'm like, y'all, people are... I'm like, y'all really hate this woman? Like, it's really fuck her because you saw her yell at her team one time? And I still don't agree with it. From hindsight, I still don't agree with it. But now that I am looking at this energy when it comes to her team, that is distasteful. Because I do think that she has a good team. Her team respects her. Her team respects her. Her team treats her decently, fairly well. And you just yelling at them like that, that's not okay. Now I understand. But that's not okay. But everybody, the whole world didn't know this. The whole world wasn't aware of this. It's like, they take a look at her skin color, and it's like they subconsciously have the audacity for you to look like that. and treat your team this way. That's everybody else's perspective, right? And so I'm sorry, but I can't help but acknowledge the fact that people are very racist and anti-black when it comes to this woman for no reason. They don't know her. They don't know her. I am going to end this reading here, okay? And I'll see you guys next time, okay? Bye.